This morning we launched a website to collect signatures for a petition calling for the immediate release from custody of General Sarath Fonseka. In my presentation, I call General Sarath Fonseka a political prisoner, a prisoner of conscience. I say so because he has not been arrested and not been kept in custody according to the law of the land. The law that applies here is the Constitution of Sri Lanka, the supreme law. In terms of Article 13(1) of the Constitution, a person can be arrested only according to law and deprived of his personal liberty. Thereafter, the person arrested in terms of Article 13(2) must be produced before a court of competent jurisdiction within 24 hours. All these provisions have not been complied with in respect of General Sarath Fonseka. Today we launched this website at his office where he was forcibly dragged away when he was having a political meeting. That is why we call him a political prisoner. It is said that his arrest is in terms of the Army Act. But we have to remind those people that the Army Act is not the supreme law of the land. Supreme law of the land is the Constitution. In terms of Article 15(8), certain restrictions can be there of the fundamental right in respect of military personnel. There are 3 requirements that have to be fulfilled for that. That is, he must be a serving military officer. 2, that restriction is imposed in order to ensure the discharge of his duties. 3, that it is being imposed in order to maintain discipline. Certainly, it cannot apply to this 4-star general who was in retirement. So, there is no basis on which he could be validly arrested or held in detention or custody. So, in conclusion, I must say he is a political prisoner and a prisoner of conscience. We must invoke international support to secure his release immediately.
Yeah, but you tell to world in other country or UN?
Yeah, what we have to say is, this is a very good question. Now, our Article 13(1) of the Constitution is not based only on our law. It is contained in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was adopted by the United Nations in 1948. Article 3 and Article 9 of the Universal Declaration safeguards every person's personal security. And it provides specifically that a person cannot be arrested and deprived of liberty except according to law. This dates back even further. If you take the Magna Carta in the year 1215, in England, it was firmly assured that no one will be arrested except according to law. So we tell the international community that this is not only a violation of our constitution, but this is a violation of international law as well, and seek their support to secure the release of General Sarath Fonseka.
Yeah, but Brigadier Sarath Fonseka says after this month he is giving the charges sheet.
No, that is a different thing. Those are proceedings under the Army Act. What I said is, Army Act does not override the Constitution. The Constitution in Article 15(8) has specifically said that the constitutional freedom from arrest and custody. Now he is in custody. I am not concerned about the charges that follow. Those things can follow on a different basis. For the moment we are concerned about the arrest and detention. You can restrict the fundamental rights only if 3 requirements are satisfied. That is, he is a military officer. 2, that it is essential to restrict the freedom to ensure discharge of his duties. Now, so assuming a military officer in service is refusing to discharge duties, then you can restrict the fundamental right. 3, that it is essential to maintain discipline. So, those are matters that transcend everything.
Yeah, but how is the going to future in our law and our parliament?
No, now we have a parliament election that is being conducted. General Fonseka is the leader of a political party, an alliance, where there are at least 30 members of the current parliament, or the parliament that is dissolved. So he is leading a party with at least 30 members, and he is leading this struggle, election campaign from custody. This is the first time in our history where such a thing has arisen. So whatever be the provision, he must be immediately released from custody. Charges that can be framed against him will have to be looked into later on. Once the charge is presented, we will examine and see whether it is valid or not. For the moment, we are concerned only about the arrest and detention.